So, as you all know, my days are coming to a close, so I need to share with you part of my journey. So this figurine of the Magi, I procured at a yard sale during the fall before I came to Epiphany. So I purchased it. I thought it was a lovely piece. I was looking for the other pieces to go with it, couldn't find them, was sort of carrying it around, and noticed this woman was puppy dogging me, and finally she said, "Well, are you gonna buy that?" And I went, "Maybe." So I kept carrying it around. She kept staying close, and I knew she was waiting for me to set it down because she was just gonna snatch it. So finally I just turned to her and said, "I'm gonna buy it." But I thought, it's lovely, isn't it? So I took it to the residence at St. Stephen Martyr and put it away, brought it out at Christmas, set it on the mantle, and just left it there. Just left it there after Christmas season was done. And then in mid-May, I get a call from Archbishop Kurtz saying that he needs to meet with me on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock sharp. What have I done? What have I not done? You know, you just, just out of the blue. So I go and he says, "I want you to become the next pastor of Epiphany." I went, "Oh, no, you don't. No, you're not asking me to do that." And he said, "Yes, I'm asking you to do that." He said, "Priest personnel, they deliberated over it, and you were the one that they recommended." And I said to him, "Do I have any friends on personnel?" I'm sincere, this is what transpired. I said, and then I proceeded to lay out all kinds of reasons and rationale not to come. And then all at once I realized let me remind you, Archbishop, let me remind you. This is why he's sending me to Epiphany, because I don't mind shaking my finger even at the bishop. But nonetheless, I left there and he gave me a couple of days to think about it. So I went back to the residence, I plopped down on the sofa, and lo and behold, I looked up and I saw this and I went, "Okay, God," because I'm a sign kind of person. I like my signs from God. I was like, "Okay, God, if this is what you want for me, then I will say yes to go." So I have to share with you, I really was very fearful to come here as your pastor. I really was. Heard the story of the interaction at the town hall meeting of my predecessor. Horrible. Treated him absolutely horrible, disrespectful. It was awful, awful, awful. All the priests had heard about it. I didn't want to come. I was very fearful. Like, what? I don't know that I want to go and put myself into that kind of situation. But I came. And as I began to interact with people, I began to see that it was just a handful of people that had taken that very mean posture with my predecessor. And as I began to know this community and get to meet you and greet you, and then there were some familiar faces here from that were family members of other places where I had served, and so I was familiar with them. I began to feel the warmth and the welcome and the hospitality of this community. My first year, you were very patient with me. You let me grieve a parish that I loved pastoring dearly. Loved my time as pastor of St. Stephen Martyr. Absolutely loved it. And you allowed me that first year to grieve. The second year, you saw me through my second bout of cancer. And you were there, very caring and supportive and loving and prayerful. And going into the third year, one of the community said, "We feel like now that you're really our pastor." And I thank you for giving me that grace period of those first 2 years to allow me to become your pastor. My 13 years with you have been not without challenge or struggle or difficulty by any means. But I feel that my 13 years have been productive and have been good for me, and I hope for the community. And I so appreciate what you have allowed me in letting me be your pastor and serving you in the manner. I've baptized some of you, I've baptized some of your family members, I've given First Communion to some of you and some of your family members, I've witnessed some of your marriages, and I've been with you to anoint you in your illness and infirmity, and I've been with you in the sadness of the loss of a family member or one of our own parishioners, and been through all of those times with you, celebrating that love of God that is present to us. And I so appreciate the time that I've learned a lot. I have grown as a priest and as a person because of my time with you, and I want to thank you for that. 13 years. It's hard to believe, 13 years. But I leave here a better priest, a better person for having had the opportunity to be with you and to minister with you. I so appreciate your love and your care. But it was this figurine that sat at the entrance of my office that each day I looked upon and said, Lord, give me courage, give me strength, give me patience, give me hope, give me joy, give me what I need to pastor this community and pastor it well. So thank you all so very much for these past 13 years.